Now, of course, the big thing that WWE blew with your whole situation was you had a feud with Kurt Angle. It's been, I don't know what, 15 years now. People still talk about it. That could have actually developed into a pro wrestling feud. But could you tell us about that day and what exactly happened with that situation where I guess you put a Kimura on Kurt Angle?
Yeah, and Kurt's still pissed off. I tried to take him out to lunch.
Really?
Poor guy. I was going to talk smack the whole time. He said, no way. I even told him I'd buy lunch. So at the end of the day, I'd take him to the strip club next to where he met his wife. Oh, oh, smack. Right. Even out loud. He's all
Well,
American.
he is released now. I don't know if you know this. He just got released, so you might be able to finally get that match on the independent scene.
You know what? Here's the thing. Kurt hears about this. He knows my number. If he doesn't, there's multiple people he can reach out to get it. And I would love to have that with him. I think something like that could be a huge, let's just get President Trump involved with that one too. Let's have a little bit of fun with this, we'll get some big media on this. We'll do it for Corona.
There you go.
So, so that day was crazy. Sprints, eating food, eating pasta, drinking milk, more liners, and then out to the ring and up down competition. The difference was in me and how I trained is I trained smart. Everybody else just trained hard. I trained smart and hard, and everybody else trained hard. I trained for the longevity. So I was not only doing 2, 3, 4 hours of promos a day, I was doing the right cardio, the right eating, even though we were living in a hotel. I wasn't partying, drinking, and going out late. I was getting my sleep. I was stretching right. So I was really doing everything properly. Definitely because I learned a lot of that from Frank Shamrock and Javier Mendez of how to train properly as an athlete. But I trained for an endurance athlete too, like MMA is 15, 20, 25 minutes, we're training. So going into the ring with Kurt that day, one of my coaches, Danny Shade, was a runner-up to him in the Olympics. I think he lost by a couple points. So I knew that Kurt couldn't be that much better than him because those guys are all at the top. You win by a couple points on a day. It's either, all the guys are that good. It just depends on if you get the move and if you can pull it off. So Danny used to whoop me, but I knew that if I was out there doing MMA, I would do really well because he's not an MMA. It's a different sport, it's like motorcycle riding versus car. It's like motorcycle racing versus car driving. It might be the same concept of an engine and tires and everything else, but it's a whole different framework. So I went in there and I saw his arm and I said, I'm gonna pull this little sucker, see how far I can pull it off. And I wasn't even on my back. You can look at the referee what they said. They said in the back, they told the refs to 3 count it, and it's crazy how they can cheat in a real event in a scripted entertainment industry. So it is what it is. Great experience in my life. That's what I think, gave me one of the upper hands to showing people what I was made out of, because nobody else wanted a piece of one of the toughest guys in the world. And I'm okay with getting whooped. Like, if you don't get whooped, you don't grow. There's no growth in ease. So I like to be able to create some little dis-ease in my life a little once in a while and get pushed.
What was the reaction in the back when you got to the back? Did the trainers tell you anything, or the agents?
Right off the bat, from what I remember, they were like they didn't know what to do. They didn't know what happened, I think, till Thursday till it aired. I think that's really when they realized what happened. And then it was like, oh crap. Because I don't think they really understood the whole entire thing from what I heard and what I saw. And then it blew up. And then next week I'm getting signs in the stands, and people are cheering for me, and so it was a whole different thing.
And I heard you say Kurt pretty much didn't talk to you again other than congratulating you after you won.
Correct. I don't even
So
think I saw him again backstage. I think he was scared of me the whole time that I would take his other arm and do it.
is it true at one point Dana White contacted you about trying to do the Angle match with you and Angle in MMA?
Um, there was talks of it. I don't believe Dana called me on it. Dana, I think, talked to him on it. He might have talked to one of my managers about it. We talked a couple times, but I don't remember everything we said, so we could have brought it up at that point. But I don't remember.
At that point in time, it's unlikely Kurt probably could have been licensed, I guess, as well, with all his injuries and whatever he had in his body, I guess, to keep going in wrestling.
Yeah, I don't think with, you can't be on pain pills and you can't be on anything else when you're fighting in the UFC. So they're pretty strict about it. I mean, I've done multiple WADA testing, World Anti-Doping Agency drug tests, and I've passed every single one of them. Kurt, you're one of the toughest humans in the world. I get it. You're the all-American. You married the girl next door. You have a kid. Too bad you live next to a strip club, but it is what it is. And if you ever want to wrestle, let's see how good you are. Let's see how tough. Let's do a drug test. Let's see how tough you are without anything else. So I'll whoop your ass.
Thank you for watching the Hannibal TV. Please like this video if you enjoyed it and click the subscribe button to not miss any of our latest shoot interviews, match videos, or news updates. Support us on patreon.com for $1.99 a month to watch our full shoot interviews ad-free and help our channel grow. Follow us on Twitter at the Hannibal TV for instant updates.